I work for Mofaya. You know what I'm saying? I work for DJ Smooth. I know him personally. You know what I mean? And people were like, what? You serious?
This is what I was made to do. I was born for this. I was born for this. Nothing gonna stop me now.
A place where legends are born.
What's going on, you lot? You lot doing alright? It's been so bloody long, bruv. It's been so damn bloody long, bruv. I think I even forgot how to make a video, yeah? It's been just so damn long, bruv. What is going on, my friends? What is happening? Welcome back to yet another video. That's just a little madness because I'm so excited to be back here doing another video. My friends, I missed you so damn much. I'm so sorry for not releasing a video. It's just been crazy. I haven't been releasing for the past like 2-3 weeks. It's been hectic. It's been crazy. If you're following me, you know that I've just moved into new offices, and yeah, so because of that, my business has been growing. New clients, new work. You know, it's just been hectic. I need to meet deadlines. I need to do other videos first before I do my own videos. Do client videos first. You know what I mean? It's just been hectic. Committing to my clients before I commit to myself. So it's been really hectic, but I'm back. I'm gonna try and release as much as I can. So without any further ado, my friends, let's begin with today's topic, right? So today I'm gonna be giving you a little story. I'm gonna be telling you about the day I started selling Mofaya, how I became the biggest distributor of Mofaya in the whole of Durban. You know, I want to tell you about that experience. All right, let's go. So this is how it all started. It all started when I was staying at DUT. I was staying at a communal residence at DUT, like literally a stone throw away from DUT, across the street. And a friend of mine, Terry, who runs a very successful agency today, he started out selling but not started out. He had a tuck shop while he was running his agency. He had a tuck shop at the place that we were staying at, right? And he, if you know DUT and you know Ritson Road, there was this white house. There used to be a small window there where he was running his tuck shop. That was Terry's tuck shop. So he was selling there, you know, selling Mofaya. I was working at Cafe La Plage as a waiter at the time for Dave, and when he showed me Mofaya, I had known about it because everybody knows the story of DJ Smooth getting fired from Massive Metro, from Metro FM. I think that's the story, I'm not sure, but everybody knows the story of how DJ Smooth got entangled with his employers because he was marketing Mofaya on air. Okay, so I'd known about that story and I was like, let me try it out. And I tried it out and it was really good. No lie, I'm not kissing Mofaya's ass by saying this, but the best energy drink I've ever tasted, period. I don't lie. Anyway, at the time I was working as a waiter, like I said, and then that was in the latter part of the year, the beginning half. And then the second half, I wasn't doing anything. I decided to sell Mofaya. I used all my rent money. I used my rent money. I was thinking to myself, what am I gonna invest in this thing? I want to start selling. I need a hustle. I need to do something. And it's not like I needed the money, you know. I wasn't like dead broke or anything. My entrepreneurial senses were tingling. My spidey senses were tingling. You know those Spider-Man memes that are going around recently? It's been crazy. They're really cool, funny. Yeah. Anyway, so so anyway, I was thinking of something to do and I decided to sell Mofaya. I was like, how am I going to invest? I thought of rent. I took all my rent money, which was like 2.5 at the time, and I bought a bunch of Mofaya. I bought like, I didn't buy with all my rent money though. You know, I gradually I just used what I had at the time, and then it ended up getting like I ended up chowing my rent money, like taking $500 from my rent, gradually increasing until I had to take the whole chunk and invest it into the business. Now this is how it all started. I bought some stock and then I went to Terry. I got a t-shirt and a cap from him for branding, right? And then my first client that I got was in Ispingo. I forgot the guy's name. But anyway, he had a stall in Ispingo, and my whole stick, or my whole thing was that I work for DJ Spoo. I know DJ Spoo personally. I've been working for him for the past 2 years. I'm from Joburg and I've been deployed in Durban to promote and distribute Mofaya here in KZN. You know what I mean? I work for Mofaya. You know what I'm saying? I work for DJ Spoo. I know him personally. You know what I mean? And people were like, what? You serious? I'd even put on like a Josie accent. I'm telling you, bro, it was crazy. And people used to believe me. Like, oh, you're the Mofaya guy. You know? It was crazy. It was a lot of fun. So anyway, I forgot how this guy found me. And we had a meeting and he's like, I got a stall, da 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 da. My whole thing, from the start, like my whole objective was to be a distributor, distributing to vendors and then have them sell to their clients. You know, I don't want to sell direct to consumer. I thought that was just a bit too much work, and I want to just distribute, even though the profit margins are low, but as long as I'm moving a bunch of it, eventually when I start moving, like maybe say, I don't know, 500 cases, I'm gonna start making good money. Yeah, bro. So that was my idea behind it. I was like, let me distribute it. So anyway, I find this guy, and with my first client, I got a bit greedy. Because I was like, hey, the profit margins when you're selling cans direct to consumer are large. You're like buying the can for like 5 Rand 50, 6 Rand, and you're selling it at 10 Rand, making 4 Rand profit. That's not bad. And if I'm going to be selling it, because I think at the time I was buying it at a cash and carry Emarete for, if you know Durban, the market, which is like a big place where taxis rank. I was buying it at like 160 bucks, and I was going to sell this to this guy. I was going to sell it to this guy for 190. Yabo? And I was like, what, bro? I'm not making a big profit margin. So I was still confused with my business model at the time. But yeah, I was like, hey, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to come to your shop, and then I'm going to promote it. I'm going to come with my own stock. I think I got like 4 cases, which is like 96 if I'm not mistaken, 96 cans, and I'm going to sell to your clients to promote it, so that they get like a little accustomed to it, so that they know about it and they taste it and they like it, and then when you start selling, it's easier for you. You know, I was kind of bullshitting, I don't want to lie, because I just wanted to make, I think I had a reason for doing that. I think it was because I wanted to reinvest that money back into the business so I can buy more stock instead of using my rent. So, right, I did that. It was very, very successful. I designed some stuff. I designed a poster. I'm going to show you. Here it is. Bah! Right there. That's the first poster that I ever created. The first graphic advert that I ever created. Right? I had so much fun doing that stuff. It was crazy. So I created that thing and then I printed it. Prior to me going to this guy's shop or his table, because he's a street vendor, right? I printed that. I took this thing serious, bro. I was even like printing invoices. You know what I mean? I was printing invoices. My dad knows this because I was using his printer. It was crazy. I was typing out. I was just enjoying this stuff. You know what I mean? Like I was like, I got myself a business here. I'm a businessman. I remember when I met the guy. I wore like a suit, like, you know, I had a tie on, I had a shirt, I put on my my nice pants, and then kick and boboza, happy sock. I had a coat, I had like a trench coat. I think I got the picture somewhere. If I got it, I'm gonna put it here. If I don't, then yeah, it's whatever. Anyway, so I went out into the streets of Espingo, sold the Mofaya. It was a success. I probably came back with like maybe 1 case. Yeah, bro. Yeah, was hustling, man, going to the guys in the taxis, you know, taxi drivers, street vendors, the aunties selling cabbages there. Yeah, bro. I was pushing. I did that on Friday and I did it on Saturday. Yeah. So it was not. Obviously I bought my cooler boxes, I bought my ice, I got everything. Yeah, well, so I went back now and I started thinking to myself, no, this is going to be too expensive traveling to this guy. I think no, before I decided that, I delivered about 2 cases and I was like, no, I can't be traveling to this guy, he's too far. Espingo, I think it was like 15 bucks going there or 12 Rand, and I was like, no, this guy is too far. Either he comes here and he fetches it, or I'm not going. Yeah, but I ignored him, which is wrong. But anyway, then I thought to myself, I need to find myself some clients here in Durban and I need to find a cheaper supplier. And I asked around. No. I found out from DJ Spoo's page that there is Phoenix Cash and Carry that supplies Mofaya. So I decided to change my supplier and go and buy it straight from Phoenix Cash and Carry, which was selling for 130 Rand. And I decided that I'm going to find other clients in Durban in the market where there's a bunch of ranks. There's a bunch of taxi ranks, there's a bunch of people, and a bunch of street vendors, right? And I decided to do that. So I found my first client in Emarete, and again, I was presentable. I was looking smart when I went to the guy. I was, had my shirt on. I was looking smelling good, looking fresh. You know what I mean? Carrying clipboards and papers, making it seem like I'm actually working for Mofaya. I was like, bro, I'm a representative from Mofaya. I've been deployed here in Durban to distribute this product, and it's a great product. People love it. It's growing in demand, and you're the only person who's not selling it. And you're not the only one though. There are a couple of other people that are not selling it. It's still growing, and if you jump in now, you are gonna make a profit. You're gonna make some good money because it's still kind of a rare product, but the demand is growing. Yeah, well, that's what I used to do. It was crazy, man. And the guy was like, yeah, everyone was like, yeah, every one of my small little clients, street vendor clients, were like, yeah, okay. So I got 1, I got 2, I got 3 clients, I got 4 clients. You know what I mean? And now I was buying it at Phoenix Cash and Carry in KwaMashu. Yeah, bro. I was buying it there, and I used to have to travel. I was staying at Berea now at the time. I was staying at Berea, and I had to travel from KwaMashu. No, from Durban. I had to travel from Durban, go to KwaMashu, buy the thing, come back, distribute to my clients. Yeah, bro. So traveling was like $15. Going there and coming back was another $15, for like $30. And what I used to do, I used to book an Uber when I jump off the taxi in Durban and start making deliveries in like this white sedan, so that I seem professional and I seem like I am actually working for Mofaya. I don't want to be jumping out of like from a taxi and these guys like, what the hell is this guy? You know what I mean? People like, what? You know what I mean? You need to be presentable, bruv. So that's what I used to do, yeah, bro. And yeah, 1 client turned to 4 into 8. I still remember my clients. I actually owe one of them 50 cents because when I was passing by on Sunday, I took a sweet there and I didn't pay for it. so yeah, I was distributing to the guys in Mariette, and the people were loving it. People were loving it. Some guys started ordering 2 cases. Some guys started ordering 3 cases. Some guys started ordering 4 cases. It was just growing. And then I was supplying to a lot of them Emarete, and I decided some of them were saying, no, we don't want to buy it, we can't afford it, You know how people have stories. Yeah, but some of them like, nah, we want to. Some of them were like, oh shit, he's selling it now. Oh, I want to buy it now from you, and then sell it like, oh, now you want it. No, it doesn't matter though. I'm still gonna sell it to you. You know what I mean? That's the case. People want to try and see if it's working or not before they actually start selling. Yeah, bro. And then I went down West Street and started pitching to those guys in town, in like the CBD, West Street, the workshop, and I had one guy. His name was Lucky. His name is Lucky. He's not dead. His name is Lucky. And Lucky was like, okay, give me 10 cases from the get. Bro, he was like, give me 10 cases. He became my biggest client. He was the first client that I credited. He used to buy in credit. He used to buy like 10 or 4 cases. Like he'd never buy less than 4 cases. Buy about 4 cases or 5 or 7, whatever he could afford at the time, or whatever I had to supply to him. And then he'd pay after like 7 days when I'm making the next delivery. It was the first guy who ever bought on credit and my first debit client, So yeah, he was my first debtor. So So yeah, I had him who was my biggest client, and then Fat Boys, you know, those guys that are selling burgers, La Pembe Workshop. If you stay in Durban, you know CBD, you know those guys, Fat Boys, da 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 da. I don't know what other guys are called, but those guys also, they used to buy like 4 cases, 6 cases sometimes. Other street vendors around that area also were my clients. Yeah, but I was just going around walking the streets of Durban, pitching, going to different ranks. Yeah, well, I even came to the Durban station rank, and I was pitching to those guys and selling it. I went down to the beach to those guys. Those guys don't usually sell a lot of things because it's not very busy at the beach. It's only busy during festive season and during the holiday season. During normal times, it's quiet. The guys at the market are making more money because it's always busy. People are always commuting there, taking taxis, going home, coming back, going to work. You know what I mean? It's always busy. Some guys didn't even close their tuck shops there. They just let them run 24 hours. That's how busy that place is. Even like at night, even now it's buzzing. I'm like, now the time is like 11:30 in the evening. Probably not that buzzing, but you know what I mean. Anyway, yeah, man, the business grew. I was distributing invoices to each and every one of my clients. My dad used to print it for me at his house, and then I'd take it to all of my clients, say sign here, Mofaya Inc. or Mofaya Pty Ltd. I don't remember. I write the guy's name, I write the quantity, he'd sign, he'd give it back to me. They didn't really understand that concept of invoices. They're like, do we have to keep this? What do we have to do with this? Do we throw it away? do you have to give me this? You know, because they're like small street vendors, you know. It was crazy. But the business grew to a scale where I was like ordering 20 cases, 15 cases a day, Monday to Friday. I was like, weekends I'm off, guys. I'm not working. I was a bit lazy, you know. But then I was a student. I had school to juggle. You know, I was like 15 to 20 cases, sometimes 30 cases a day. Month end was crazy. Month end was the best time. Yeah, but so I was like sleeping. I had money. Yeah, I'd go to bed. I'd go to bed with like a couple of thousands in my pocket or in my bag, and I'd be counting that money. I remember when I'd be counting my my sales, I'd play Aries, money today. I feel like money today. I feel like money today. I used to love that song, bro. It was crazy, man. I used to love that song. And I used to play that song every time I'm counting my money in my room. I'd lock the doors, close the curtains so that nobody sees what I'm doing. And I just cut my money. Wake up in the next morning. I used to wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. By 4:30, I'm gone. I get out my house. It's still dark. Take a taxi to Guama. I think they were opening at like 6:30. Maybe sometimes I'd wake up at like 5, you know. 5, not sometimes, probably all the time. By 5 I'm up. 5:30 I'm gone. 6 I'm at the cash and carry. And they open at 6:30. I buy my stuff. 7 I'm out. You know, and what I'd have to do was, because it was like a walking distance from where I catch a taxi and to where the cash and carry was. So what I'd have to do was I'd have to get some guys with trolleys. These guys charge you like $20 a trip to wherever you're going. They just take your plastics or take your stuff, you haul it in there, they take you to where you're going, and you give them $20. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'd get about, let's say I got 15 cases, right? I'd get 2 trolleys, 7 this side, and 6 this side. Okay, so 7, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8. Yeah, 7, 8. 7 this side, 7, 8 this side. And I'd go to my spot. I'd pay them $40, 20, and coming there, I paid $15 to the taxi coming there. So that's already about. That's already like $55 for transport. You know what I mean? And then going back to town now is another $15, and that would be $70 gone transport. Now when I jump off the taxi at at the Durban station, I'd request an Uber. The Uber would come. I'd make my deliveries, delivering to all my clients. Sometimes I'd deliver maybe 1 case to one client, 2 cases to another client, 4 cases to Lucky, 2 cases to another client. I'd make maybe about 7 trips, sometimes 5, sometimes 10, sometimes 12, depending on the quantity that each individual customer ordered. So it would vary on how much I spend on the Uber, depending on the distance that we spend together with the driver, So sometimes it would be like $100, $80, $150, $200. It varied. So I'd spend a lot of money on Uber. That was like one of my biggest expenses. It was crazy. But yeah. I made some money. I made some money, and I actually kind of just broke even. I didn't really make a profit, like a good profit. I had enough money to buy like airtime, to buy like some chow, to just like spoil my girlfriend or whatever, not like money. So it was good, and I ended up being the biggest distributor of Mofaya through that process, through that model, through that process. It was just ridiculous, man. It was bonkers. It was crazy. I remember I when I stopped, I was just getting my clients here at the Durban station were getting used to me. They were getting used to me. They were just getting used to me delivering to them, and the guys had stories like, "Hey, bro, we don't have money." Most of them were foreign. Not most of them, like maybe 60% of them were foreigners from Mozambique and all of that stuff. Some guys couldn't pay. I delivered to them. They say, "Hey, come back later in the afternoon." I'd be like, bro, it was crazy, man. I had a debtor, Lucky. Sometimes he wouldn't pay. He'd be owing me money. He'd just pay me about maybe 75 of what he owes me. I'm like 75% of what he owes me. I'm like, bro, it was crazy. That's the stuff that you deal with when you're handling it, when you got a business. Some people don't want to pay. Some clients don't want to pay. It's crazy, man. Even today in my agency, I'm not that I'm facing the same problems, but the same principles kind of apply. Same principles. It kind of taught me a lot. Selling Mofaya in the street, it's still stuff that I find that it taught me a lot. Things that I learned there, I can apply now here in my business to some degree. So I really enjoyed it, man. It was crazy. I tell you, I became the biggest distributor of Mofaya in the whole of Durban through that business model. So it was an experience. I enjoyed it, and I wouldn't trade it for the world, man. That's my Mofaya story, my friends. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm not gonna make this story or this video longer than it has to be. That's it for now. I will see you on the next one, my friends. Take it easy. Cheers.